In order to activate and come into full alignment with your power and your purpose and your pussy, okay, you learn to care about not only how you feel, but what you look like, right? When you start to activate and do this work on and in yourself through your root chakra, your serpent kundalini energy is schooling you on some things, right? The serpent, remember, is wise. The wise serpent, meaning enlightenment, right? This is why Eve bit into that motherfucking apple, okay? She no longer wanted to be a dumbass. She wanted to be wise. She wanted to be intelligent. She wanted to be knowledgeable. And so the serpent told her to bite into the fruit from the tree of knowledge so that she's no longer dumb. What this means is when you do this work on and in yourself and you awaken and activate your kundalini serpent energy, and that energy rises up through your body to your crown to be crowned so that you're sitting on the throne of your power, of your purpose, and of your pussy, okay? The wisdom of that serpent along the way is teaching you, in order to come into full alignment with your power and your purpose and your pussy and your beauty and your magnetism and all this yummy, juicy, delicious stuff that you want to activate, you've got to care about what you look like, okay? What you feel like, what you look like. But we're going to focus on what you look like. Let me tell you why. Welcome to Alcheminity, because turning pain into power is sexy. I am your host and creator of this colony and the many colonies we're building around our globe, held around our galaxies at this point. I am your queen bee, Miss Burgess, if you're nasty. Now let's get into this message. Listen, for those of you who are newly subscribed here, thank you. I'm so glad that you've decided to make Alcheminity your home. This is your home. Make no mistake about it. Welcome home. For those of you who have been here for some time, shouts out to you. I love you. I'm glad we found each other again. And let's get into this message. Listen, as I activated, when I went on my dark night of the soul journey, the odyssey through the dark shadows of your mind and of your body, and you're uncovering all these truths about yourself. Now, I put out an episode a couple months ago where it says, when you activate, you become vain. This is kind of teetering off of that. For those of us on this journey of activated alchemists and chosen ones, vanity just means the activation of the truth that your beauty and what you look like is a part of your mission and your purpose. Yeah, right? So you care about what you look like. Why? Because part of your mission is to be in the public eye, right? Where people are looking at you, people are seeing you. Now, don't get me wrong. For those of you on this journey, you can be wearing a potato sack and your magnetism and your beauty still shines forth. I put out a short, I don't know, maybe a week ago, where I was getting some air in my tire and I didn't have no makeup on. Matter of fact, my skin recently broke out about a month ago. It broke out because I used some old product on my face that I shouldn't have. And I'm so pissed about it. And so it broke out, but I didn't have on any makeup. So my skin broke out. Okay. Glasses on, a cap, baseball cap. I was getting ready to go hiking. And the young man said, "You are so attractive." Okay. So that was proof just to say that when you activate, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. It doesn't matter how if you got on makeup or not. People can see and sense your power and your beauty through the energy that's radiating off of you, even through the way you smell, right? But for those of you whose mission it is and purpose it is, as you activate again, the serpent kundalini energy is making you wise and hip and is enlightening you about who you are and what your purpose is in this life. And so many of your purposes are to be in the public eye, whether you are a model, maybe you compete in pageants, maybe you are a singer, maybe you are a teacher, okay, an educator, even a mentor, a counselor, a therapist. You're in the public eye, meaning people are coming to you to see you, to hear you, to get advice from you, to listen to you, whatever the case is, okay? You're in the public eye in some way, shape, or form. And so what you look like does matter. Now, I'm not talking about, again, we're not talking about what you're wearing or how you're wearing. We don't give a shit about any of that. For those of us on this journey, we don't give a damn about any of that. We do care about how we present ourselves when we go out in public. But many of us on this journey, we don't give a damn about name brand. We don't give a damn about it. Okay? Many of us aren't spending our hard-earned money on stuff like that. We're just not doing it. Many of you, like myself, you love consignment shopping. Hello, we love consignment shops. Baby, I will go to a Goodwill in a minute. I love going to Goodwill. You got to go to the Goodwill in the night in the good areas, though. You can't go in the hood Goodwills, okay? No. You got to go in the nice, okay? You live in New York, go to the Goodwill in Manhattan. You live in Georgia, where I live, you go to the Goodwills in Buckhead or something like that, okay? You got to go to the Goodwill. Got nowhere. Those of us on this journey, we are eclectic in our styles. So we actually make up our own styles. We're not putting, anybody's name brand on our backs. We're not rocking nothing for $5,500 for no belt. Oh, hell to the no. Now, if somebody wants to gift us something like that, then we'll be gracious and we'll take it. But we're definitely not putting our money towards that. Why? Because we have bigger missions to fulfill with our wealth. And it ain't that. Okay, we putting our duckings together, buying land and shit. That's what we do with ours. Damn sure won't be no Louis Vuitton bag or Gucci bag. We don't give a shit about any of that. So when I say what you look like, when you activate, you care about what you look like, not in that lane. That's not for us here. Okay. So for my consignment shop girlies, for my Goodwill in the good neighborhood girlies, okay, I'm with you. Even for my Sheen girlies, we like Sheen too. We like Fashion Nova too. Hello, and what's my other little spot I used to go to? I can't think of it now, but my Forever 21 girlies, I love my Forever 21, especially when there's a clearance sale. Hello, I love my Forever 21. Okay, so this isn't about what's on your body. It's about what your energy is radiating when you step out. So just for me, when my skin broke out, I was so pissed off because I feel like I'm starting at ground zero, right? Those of us who've been on this journey, you've probably dealt with attacks against your beauty spiritually. Okay, when you were on the Dark Night of the Soul journey, there was spell work done against many of us that attacked our beauty, that attacked our health, which affects your beauty, right? And so when my skin broke out, I knew it wasn't a spiritual thing. It was something that I had done on my part. But for many of you on this journey, if you experience back-to-back breakouts on your Dark Night of the Soul journey, 9 times out of 10, a lot of that had to do with spell work. But I'm just bringing that up just for happenstance. But for the sake of this conversation, when I broke out, I was pissed off, y'all. I was like, oh, hell to the no. Why did my skin break out to me so... To me, it broke out. To me, it was a dramatic breakout, right? Because I used an old product, like I said. And I was like, really? Really, skin? I got pissed off because I feel like even on this point in my journey, this shouldn't be happening. And I'm bringing that up to say that this journey isn't perfection. It is not. It is death and rebirth a lot. It is learning a lot. It is alchemizing a lot. As long as we're in these human bodies, we're going to be alchemizing shit. But the powerful thing about those of us on this journey is if it had not been for the Dark Night of the Soul Odyssey, we would not have known the power. We would not have come into the power of alchemy. If it hadn't been for the things that we went through, we would never have learned how to make our own healing tonics. So although I've broken out and it pissed me off because, listen, when I break out, if I break out, I don't even have to scratch or bust a bump or anything like that. My skin will hyperpigmentate. That's just the type of skin I have. I don't even have to bust a bump and it will hyperpigmentate. So it really pissed me off because I knew my skin was going to hyperpigmentate, and it did. And so even me, I go through these waves sometimes where I was like, damn, my skin was just perfect. It was absolutely perfect, beautiful, not a blemish, not a scar, not a bump. I was going through the drive-thru one day. I had on no makeup, and this guy was like, your skin is so pretty. A younger little guy, your skin is so pretty. Oh, thank you so much. To this. So I'm pissed off about it, y'all. I just needed to vent a little bit. But the reason I got so pissed off about it is because I care about what I look like to me, not just because my mission and my purpose involves me being in the public eye, right? But I care about what I look like to me when I wake up in the mirror. And the reason that you learn to care about what you look like and really give a fuck about what you look like is, for me, it's been for my mental health. Yeah. It looked like for me, it heightens my mental health and my peace of mind when I look how I want to look. And this is for anybody, right? This is for anybody who gives a damn about what they look like. But for me, I know that if I don't get up and do some type of workout. Like, don't get me wrong, I give myself rest days. When my body says rest, I listen to it, right? Again, I sync my workouts with my cycles. I've talked about this before. For those of you who are looking to work with someone and activating your power and your purpose as it relates to your beauty, to your magnetism, to your spiritual gifts, you need some help activating, and you're ready to do that through your root chakra, i.e. your pussy, POOS hyphenated E, reach out to me, okay? I am available for one-on-one consulting. Send me an email. The information is in the description box, okay? So I learned to listen to my body. When I need to rest, I will rest. I sync things around my cycle. I sync things around my energy frequency. But just for me, I know that if I don't do some type of working out, whether it's hiking or Pilates, those are my workouts, okay? I'm not a gym girly. I tried to be a gym girly for many years. I would be in and out of the gym. I would have a membership for some time. I would go, dedicated going and consistently going. And I really didn't see my body shift the way that I like to see it until I started Pilates. When I started Pilates, that changed my fucking life for the better. Now, what I learned as far as when you activate, you care about what you look like, you start to learn and be drawn to things that work with your energy frequency, that work with where you are, again, on an energetic level, where you are in your DNA. Okay, there are some things that work for your DNA that may not work for somebody else's, and vice versa. Like, for example, people say, oh, women should eat lots of protein. It helps you lose weight if you eat lots of protein. I never understood how that even mathematically or scientifically makes sense to add protein to lose weight. Let me tell you something. When I tried that, increasing my protein made me blow up like a Michelin man. Okay? Increased protein from my DNA type does not work for me. Where I learned that works for me, that adds to my beauty, which essentially adds to my mental health, which essentially helps me regulate my nervous system, is a pescatarian diet, Mediterranean diet. That is what works for me. Now, there may be times where if I'm taken to a nice restaurant and the lamb chops look exceptionally good, I may indulge. But 99.9% of food that is going into my body is fish or something, with the Mediterranean type of vibe to it. Okay, that's just how I eat. That's what works for my DNA. That's what works for my skin. That's what works for my nervous system. That's what regulates my hormones as well, which makes and adds to my beauty, makes me more beautiful because I'm eating in the way that works for my blood type. Right? Which essentially is adding to my peace of mind because I'm loving the way not only I look, but how I feel after I eat a certain thing. Again, going back to working out, right? I'm not a workout junkie or anything like that, but I do love to move my body, whether that be through dancing, hiking, or Pilates. It's going to be a mixture of the three. Okay. And I do them all regulating around my energy frequency and around my cycle. So as I get closer to my cycle, I'll do more light to moderate Pilates, and I'll do more stretching and more hiking. Once I'm actually menstruating, I do more hiking and stretching. I don't do a lot of the Pilates. I just do hiking and stretching. If I do, it's still just kind of light, more fluid movements, but way more hiking and walking and grounding. And so on and so forth. So these are the things that we talk about and that I help you map out when we work together. Okay. Again, for those of you who are interested, email me and we'll have a consultation before we decide to work together. I'll see if you're a good fit for working with me one-on-one, and I will help you map out your day-to-day based on your DNA, based on your cycles, so that you are activating from your pussy into your power and into your purpose. So again, when you activate, you give a fuck about what you look like, and it matters to you a lot. Why? Because you know that it adds to your mental health. It refines and ensures your mental health and your peace. It helps to regulate. For me, it helps to regulate my nervous system when I know I don't have to worry about trying to cover up hyperpigmentation on my face because I care, right? It feels like a weight off your shoulder, right? Just like when you lose weight, when you lose body fat, if that's your goal, right? It feels like, oh, it's kind of okay. It's a weight off your shoulder. All you have to do is just kind of maintain from there. There is a peace and a serenity that comes with not having to do too much, right? There's a peace and a tranquility that comes with, that comes with feeling good about yourself. There's a peace and a tranquility that when you look in the mirror, that comes with when you look in the mirror, you love what you see. Even with some imperfections, right? Even with some imperfections, you still love what you see. Even if you're in the progress of it, you still love what you see. When you activate, you give a fuck about what you look like. And people will say that, can judge and say that you're vain, that you may think that you're all that or that you're vain because you care about these things. Listen. Tell them they're right. So you're absolutely fucking right. She thinks she all that. Yeah, you're right. I am all that. Right? And we mentioned this before. Even God said, I am that I am. Hello. When you activate, you care about what you look like. Why? Because you know that this adds to your mental health and your emotional intelligence. You know that this helps you regulate your hormones when you are satisfied with what you look like. You know that this regulates your nervous system, that it gives you the peace of mind that you deserve and desire. So you care about what you look like, and you learn to make healing tonics that heal you mind, body, and soul and keep you fully in your power. So if you're like me, and if it feels like you've walked forward 20 steps and got knocked back 25, that's how this shit is. But the powerful thing for us is we have activated into the alchemists, and we know how to turn shit into sunshine. We know how to turn our pains into power. That is the benefit of being an activated alchemist and chosen one. You now have the spells. You now have the spell book. You now have the rituals and the practices. You now have the wisdom that the serpent taught you on how to get your beauty back, on how to get your sexy back. You know what to do. So do it, right? When you activate, you give a fuck about what you look like, and you're supposed to, because you know that this adds to your overall well-being, your mental health, your peace of mind. So girl, go get that. I'm hearing, from two can play that game. Go on, Shantae, get you some. Go on, Shantae, girl, get you some. Yes, when you activate, you know how to bring your sexy back, because you're the alchemist now. Anyway, I hope this resonates with y'all. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, comment. For those of you, again, who are ready to work one-on-one, email me. For those of you who are interested in joining membership over on Patreon, that is where we dive even deeper on the yummy, juicy, delicious, more erotic stuff that's just too much for YouTube. And so I made it members only. If you're interested in deeper dives like that, more delicious, juicy, orgasmic dives into the wisdom of your pussy and of your power and of your purpose, become a member over on Patreon, okay? I'll see y'all. I'll speak to y'all in the next episode. Ciao for now. Mwah.